Yo, it's your boy Millz. Welcome to an all new episode of the introduction. I'm sitting here with somebody that I've been paying attention to for a little while now. You dropped your first single, "Fade Away," when in September of last year it was?
Yeah, early September.
September. If you don't know who this is, this is Toronto's own new artist, Marriott, who's just coming off a fresh release of his debut EP, Reset. Before we get into Reset, take me to when you first dropped "Fade Away," because obviously that's your first single you ever dropped in your music career. What was going on leading up to that?
I was going through like a bad situation, a past relationship at that time. That's what inspired that record.
And when you dropped that record, was it like a lot of pressure going into like expressing your feelings? Because you said you was going through a tough time, and so tell me what like exactly was going through your mind before you dropped that, and maybe the thoughts that you were feeling about the reaction we get to your first single.
What I was feeling during that time. So before even making that record, I was making a lot of music from like March of last year till September, and I made "Fade Away" in July or August, and that was like the first song that I knew that okay, it was the okay for myself, and yeah, I was watching the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary.
Okay.
So that whole documentary inspired that song as well. So
where you said you've always been a musical person, you said, or is this something like you kind of like fell into?
I've always been a musical person. I made music when I was like younger, but never took it serious until recently. But I was always around music, helping other artists. I was like an A&R.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Was it something like, since you're in there, was it something like you felt like, oh, I'm working with these artists, I'm talented too, why don't put my hand in and see if I can take off on my own? Or was it just something like you just felt it was like your time to like express your creative side?
I wasn't even thinking about doing music when I was working with other artists. I knew that if I were to try, that I would be good at it, and if I were to try, I'll be all in. But I just never tried it. I think like the past relationship really inspired me to try it and do it. Yeah.
Definitely. What's like the music culture like out there? Because obviously you're not in the States, you're in Toronto, Greater Toronto area. So is the music culture big? Is it like a supportive area, or is it hard to kind of make it out of where you're from?
It's difficult to make it out of where I'm from. That's why you got to travel, leave Toronto, and go to other places, mainly America, to get our names out there more, be heard, and network.
No, definitely. So with that being said, you dropped "Fade Away." What was your single that came after that? Because you went on a run, like I think a couple singles that got a lot of buzz in your area from your supporters, and then so tell me like that path that you went on leading up to the EP.
After I dropped, is that the Gray Skies or my song? I forget. It was my song. I dropped a song called "My Song." That one had a little more like groove bop to it, more like melodic song, and I just wanted to release that to show like a different side of my artistry. Yeah, that one got like the most reviews, the most feedback. That's my second single, so.
So that was the one that got the best response out of the three that you dropped before the EP came out?
I don't know. Confessions. Out of the four, I dropped Gray Skies, My Song, "Fade Away," and Confessions. Confessions got the most. That was the one before the EP. My Song was second for sure. "Fade Away" third, and yeah, Gray Skies fourth.
So let's jump into the actual EP, because I liked it. I liked it a lot. I played it a few times prior to this interview, and I think it was Father's Love, Cityscape, and Friend Zone. Those are my top three, I could say, because I played back, like I said, a couple times. And like the whole EP from top to bottom, it took me on a little journey of your relationships that you talked about, some of the traumas you experienced in Toronto, the city that you're in, and how hard it is to make it out. So compiling everything and all the ideas that you put together to make this EP, what part of the EP are you proud of the most, and what song you think touched you the most out of the 7 that you put out?
What song do I feel like hit the most?
Like in terms of what song did you like creatively the most? Like what was your favorite song on the project?
My favorite song has to be Cityscape.
Why is that?
Yeah, Cityscape. Yeah. Just how it came about. Literally, it was so natural. So when I first heard the beat, where was I? It's actually right here. I made a song right here. Okay. I heard the beat. The melody came to my head. I didn't realize until after people were like, "Oh, that's the John Legend sample." I'm like, "Oh shit, really?" It just happened so organically. It's like a conversation with me and my past relationship, talking to her, so basically saying we should meet up and have a conversation, even though things ended with no closure. I think we're both at that place. Well, I'm at that place now where we can have a conversation about it and just talk about it.
Is it hard being vulnerable as an artist, especially when you go through the things that you talk about? Is it hard not just so putting it out to the world, but configuring it in a way before you put it out so you don't offend the person that you're talking about, maybe?
No, not at all. I think the hardest part is putting it out for the world to hear. Making it, being vulnerable, making it's not that hard. It's
just, are you more so like, I'm not gonna say afraid, but do you have more thought about like what people are gonna say when you put it out? Is that why it's more, I guess you would say, afraid to put it out when it comes to that point?
It's more so people like seeing my vulnerable side. I'm not really like a vulnerable person. So for me to go out and put this out, being vulnerable on record, on wax, could get nerve-wracking.
No, definitely. And throughout the EP, you showed a wide variety of artistic ability when it comes to the hip hop, when it comes to the R&B, when it comes to the soul. So what were your inspirations coming up as an artist? Because you obviously pulled from a lot of different genres to put this out. So who inspired you, and kind of like what direction are you trying to go as an artist?
Who inspired me as an artist? A lot of artists inspired me, but mainly I would say Usher, Michael Jackson, Tory Lanez, Kendricks, a lot of people. I can't just like pull from a specific artist. Sorry. What was the next question you asked me? I was thinking about that.
No, I just said like what inspired you and what artists inspired you to dabble in each genre to put this EP together.
Yeah, I would more so say alone. Mostly myself, yeah. Experiences. I like to pull from past experiences to make music.
No, definitely. I got you on that. And I just asked that because, like I said, you're very artistic and the things that you put out and what you pull from, you have a great like storytelling ability. So the artists that you've named, was those artists that like were played in your household, or you just came up because your friends played it, or was it just something you naturally gravitated to as you got older?
So the Ushers and the Michael Jacksons, I would play that mostly because I grew up in the church, right? And I wasn't able to listen to music with cursing in it out loud. So for me to feel comfortable and blast my music, I'd have to play something where there's no cursing, where I know there'll be no cursing. So it'd be the Michael Jacksons and the Ushers. Yeah.
And so what would happen in your household? Like, you said it's a no cursing rule. Was like your parents would be like, "Yo, cut that off," because that's how in my household. That's how it was. Like, you playing like 50 Cent or some rap music. It's like, yo, why are you listening to that garbage, whatever it may be? So you kind of had to sneak it, or?
I mean, to listen to the music with the curse words, I'd have to go kick it with my sister and my brother. They're older than me, so that's the only time I would be able to like get away with it. But if I want to be in my room vibing by myself, I would have to turn down the volume hella low, or if I want to blast it, play Michael Jackson or Usher or whatever has no cursing in it.
Are your brother and sister, are they supportive of like what you're doing in your music career? How's your support system like at home when it comes to what you're doing?
It's good. They see potential in it. They just tell me to keep going.
So as you're navigating the career as an up and coming artist, this part is mainly for like the people that are trying to follow the footsteps of what you're going in, make a career in music, be an A&R maybe. What have been some of like the struggles you might have like starting off as an independent artist that's not on the big scale that you would like to change the industry, I guess you could say?
You lack of support, for sure. Lack of support. You got to do it by yourself. There'll be people along the way that are willing to help, that may reach out their hand to help. It may be genuine. It may have the mindset that I'm gonna do this by myself.
I got you. Yeah. So what can we expect from you after this EP, this next run? There's going to be a run of singles, a new project, more visuals. What content-wise, what can we expect from you coming up?
Visuals. My next single that I'm aiming to drop beginning of August is going to be Out of Here.
Okay.
Yeah, singles and videos for now. Get my name more out there, network, travel. Yeah.
Get out there, man. So get everybody your socials one time before we sign off, so you can know where to follow you, where you can stream your EP.
Yes, sir. My name is Marriott, MARRIOTT_. That's the Instagram, Twitter, Marriott, MARRIOTT_J. That's my Twitter. You can stream the EP on all platforms. Just type in Marriott, MARRIOTT, and I'm right there. Reset.
You heard it here first, man, on Introduction. It's your boy Millz. We sat here with Toronto's own Marriott. He just dropped his debut EP, streaming on all platforms. Go check that out. Follow him on all platforms and support an up-and-coming artist who's about to make some noise in the music industry. Appreciate you for tapping in. If you want to follow the Introduction, follow us on MBT_the1%. Subscribe to all our content on YouTube, MBT Faces the Future. And I'm signing off. It's your boy Millz.